Okay, motion carries. Okay, approval of the July 21st regular board meeting, August 6th and 12th special meeting minutes. Everybody had a chance to take a look at those. The 6th was like 7 minutes long.
Yeah. That was a quick one. That was the record. Need a motion on those ones, Brian?
I do.
I'll make sure. Oh. Hey, Chris.
Hey, Chris. Okay, if I can get a motion.
I'll make a motion to the approval of the July 21st regular board meeting, the August 6th and August 12th special meetings.
I'll second.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Chris, are you on there? Kind of sorted. Okay. All right, consent agenda. Let me get a motion for consent agenda.
I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented. I'll second.
So I went through it. Financially, everything's looking good. I didn't see anything that stood out to me. And the school year's starting, so here we go. All those in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. All right, reports and recognition. Obviously, we didn't do building reports still. Get those next month, I'm sure. I see appreciations under the superintendent, so I'll wait for those, Jason, if you're okay with that.
Yep. Maintenance had some too.
Yep, and nothing on committee reports thus far. So we'll go into Carmen, you got anything on child nutrition?
Just what's in my report, pretty
Okay.
much.
Transportation, we can maybe jump down there. Stephanie, you want to come up and give us a little bit of transportation updates?
Recruit some drivers. Yeah.
Recruit drivers. We just need drivers.
I know you guys have pushed really hard this year to try that this summer.
We need 2 route drivers and an aide right now, and then we need to recruit some subs for Orofino and for Timberline.
In addition to, or.
In addition.
Open.
To what we have, yes.
What are your open spots right now? How many?
2 routes and 1 aide right now.
And that's for both Timberline and Orofino.
Timberline's covered. I don't have any open spots. We just need subs for
Sub for
Timberline.
Timberline.
The routes that are open are Orofino routes.
And obviously still need activities and
And obviously we still need activities. And trip drivers.
Yeah.
So we've tried a lot of recruiting this summer and just haven't been successful.
Can't make them work. I appreciate it, Stephanie. Okay,
There is one on the new hires, so we'll see when we get there.
yeah. Roy, you want to come on up and talk some maintenance stuff? Yeah, give us a high level review.
So projects went well over summer, very minimal hiccups. Everything is getting finalized right now or has been finalized. Farther down in the meeting, we'll have a discussion about inmates and stuff, but we had a lot of success over summer on maintenance with having a full crew and having resident help and some kid help. So we had a very busy, but very efficient summer all around.
Nice. Ready for Wednesday?
Ready for Wednesday.
All right. Appreciate you, Roy, and your team.
Thank you.
It's a lot of work. Oh, there she is. Hi, Chris.
Hi, I'm
right.
here. Can you hear me?
Got you now.
Got
Can
you
you
loud
hear
and
me?
clear.
No? Can't hear me?
No, we got you.
Okay. Thank you for taking over.
All right, Jason, you're up.
Finish texting Chris. We can hear you.
Let's
See.
Thank you.
Mostly I just put the district day stuff in my report. I haven't sent out the official feedback form, but just general feedback was really positive from our staff in a variety of in pretty much all the different departments. Jesse and Taylor were able to be present for the morning sessions, and which I felt like was a little long when I was speaking, but everyone else did a pretty good job. And then in the afternoon, we had a lot of breakout sessions, and that was very well received.
Nice.
Some of them were, not as popular as others, and we learned a few things, but overall there was a lot of training opportunity, and we had several presenters. If you look through the agenda for district day, you'll see all the several teachers that presented and admins and directors. So that was pretty cool. Some opportunity for leadership, which was neat.
97% attendance is incredible.
Yeah, we had
Incredible.
almost all of our staff there. The ones that
incredible.
were gone had to be gone for legitimate reasons. So
Yeah,
that was pretty cool.
yeah. Good.
We can stay at 97% throughout the year. We'd be doing well. For recognitions, I just really wanted to emphasize our principals. A lot of times people have the perception that they're off during the summer, and typically they, July is relatively protected for principals, but especially this year, there was a lot of work that they had to do, whether it was staffing, supporting the custodians, et cetera. There's a lot of work for principals, so they were in and out all summer. They also went to the conference with us. They helped with participated in the leadership summit. So I took a lot of their time, and they all really leaned in and helped with the leadership of our district. So we have a really strong academic leadership team right now, and just wanted to recognize them specifically.
I agree.
We're up for accreditation this year, and that's a kind of a giant process. It's every 6 years now. We do a systems-wide accreditation process. Should dovetail with the CIP, probably lead to some strategic planning. I'm hoping to kind of weave it all together so that it's not, just a one, that we're not doing redundant efforts. At the conclusion of it, it'll lead to another full systems-wide accreditation. They'll give the board a report at the end of it. It's based on all their standards. You can see that in that link I gave you in your leisure, but it's a pretty thorough process. And for our case, since COVID, all the schools that are doing secondary schools only, which is the minimum requirement in Idaho, I should have led with that. High schools have to go through this process. We chose last time to go as a district, and we're continuing to do that. I believe in that model, in that it ties our elementaries in. They have a lot of strong practices and evidences that, support the process, and it gives us a larger team to get the work done. But it'll be a lot of work this year. Cody and I went to the training, appreciate his leadership and help with that. We're just kicking that off now, kind of in the planning phases. We have to decide when we're actually gonna have our on-site review. Since COVID, the high school reviews are not having on-site, they're doing remote, but the school-wide or the district-wide systems are having on-site reviews. And so we'll have a team, 4 to 6 reviewers come and review our district. And it's a whole process.
And we get to set the timelines as far as when.
Kind of in quarters. Everybody kind of wants to wait till the last quarter, so they're really trying to push people to do it earlier.
Gotcha.
The earliest we could pull it off would be winter, but we're probably going to end up trying to get in that spring session. But I think that'll be pretty popular for other districts that are trying to go through. So we'll see. I'll just keep
When
you
excuse
updated.
me, sorry, excuse me, but when I was reading through it this morning, to me, it looks like the work that we have done as a board, the CIP and the superintendent goals, and the PLC, it should align pretty well to success.
It will, all of those things will support that process very well. They all line up in those standards that Cognia uses. All of our work does. I recall the last time we went through this, we had some findings like, you know, something like discrepancy across the district, like in professional development, not, you know, things where we needed to come together and have more of one system, that kind of thing. Or maybe different behavior systems in different schools, that kind of things. It was a positive review, but those are the kind of things they came up with, and we've done a lot of work in that regard. So we'll do very well. I'm confident in that.
Nice.
Is there
I
a criteria for reviewers so that we get people that understand the rurality and the complexity of our multiple facilities?
No, not really, except for
Okay.
Cognia selects them, but they also take input. And at our training, Cody and I looked at what local districts are up soon. So it would be to their advantage to participate in our review so that they could help prepare them for their review. And so we're recruiting some local districts to help on that. I've been able to participate in several of them myself, and it's a really good professional development for the people that are reviewing. You get to see everything that's going well and not going well, and take it home to your own district. So oftentimes it's not hard to get reviewers, and I'm hoping we can get more local so that it won't cost us so much. We're obligated for their travel and lodging and things like that. So I really don't, you know, I want people that are in our region 1 or 2 would be, you know, the best for us. Our what do they call our head person? Our lead evaluator or something like that. I don't know what his title is, but he's in the Boise area, so they'll have some travel. I don't think they'll assign anybody out of state to us.
Yeah.
But it's a big deal. It'll be a lot of work
Disappointed in
for us.
Idaho State per diem.
Yeah.
Coming from Washington.
Yeah. We got another grant. That one came out with a super short timeline, so I submitted that. I was pleased to be awarded that. That'll help with some professional development. And then the convention's coming up in Coeur d'Alene this year. Carmen printed you a registration handout.
Do you want us to register ourselves or just give the names if we're going?
What do we normally do? I feel like we register.
Yeah, usually go to the district office.
Yeah, just, I guess, take a look, and if you can make it work, let us know. We'll get you registered.
Sounds good.
It'd be nice to be in Coeur d'Alene instead of Boise.
Yeah.
You ain't kidding.
Questions for me?
I just say, I thought District Day, the energy was awesome. We were only there for a couple hours, but Jason did a great job speaking, but just getting everybody involved. Lots of new hires. It was crazy to see how much work Farrah and the team's been doing behind the scenes when you saw the new hires stand up. And then pretty cool seeing all the new hires had a veteran, someone that's been there a while, kind of right by him, which was good to see. And then 3 generations of Cochrans, Diane, Megan, and Peyton, all on payroll, which is pretty cool to see. You don't see that very often. So I was excited to see that in our district.
I had all the new staff in one session together, you know, kind of as a class of new staff. And that was fun to see. Just, we had, you know, the wide variety of new staff that we have is pretty cool, you know, brand new veterans, you know,
Yeah.
like you said, grandma, granddaughter.
Yeah.
Nice.
Pretty cool.
That is cool. All right, good job. Carmen, do we have any public comment tonight?
No, we do not.
All right, discussion items. Start with the OJSH.
I linked the policy in there. Becca had sent me 5 or 6 pictures of random old ancient science equipment that has little to no value, but they thought they could sell. Anything less than 500, we just notify the board, we're gonna surplus this stuff, and then I can designate anybody, principal to, have a little auction, whatever. Throw it away, give it away, that kind of stuff when it's low value. So that's what that's about. I think she's got, a handful of old science equipment.
Sure.
And if you want to see pictures of that stuff, I'm sure I have it somewhere, but it's nothing exciting.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I'm good.
Yeah.
When
Yeah,
it gets
okay.
over 500, then
Okay, so that pictures were not sent to us. That was,
that's correct. When it gets to be above 500, it has to have board approval to surplus. State tank has that value.
Yep. Okay. All right. Big one.
The
Levy election details. You want to walk us through it, Jason?
Brittany put this together with an attorney to make sure that there were no mistakes. This is pretty high stakes, obviously. And so this is the actual, this requires board approval. That's why it says action there. And this is the same amounts and information that we discussed at our last meeting, but it's on the official ballot. So you can see the 1.785 for salaries and benefits, 765,000 for maintenance and operations, 60 for extracurricular and athletic programs, 75 for safety and security, totaling 2.685, which is the same levy amount we've had for a long time. It's becoming a smaller and smaller percentage of our budget as our budget has grown. And we've had really positive community support, as you know, but we rely on it. It's essential for our operations. Kind of gives you the estimated average annual cost of taxpayer per 100,000. All these things are required. Note that it has all 3 of our counties on it.
that looks solid to me. Because I'm not leading, can I make the motion? It's been a while since I've made a motion.
You can make a motion.
Awesome. I move that we accept the resolution related to levy election details as presented.
So I'll second it.
Discussion?
It's great. Glad to see it's been the same.
Yeah, the next step for me, I think, would be bullet points about, where were we last year around the dollars per 100,000 compared to this year, and just those. I know we want to. The system is not broken, so don't try to fix it. But just some bullet points when I get cornered in the grocery store.
Like that little marketing flyer we had
Sure,
last
yeah.
time, Chris.
Yeah.
Yep.
That 1-page marketing flyer we had last time was pretty handy. 1 or 2 pages,
Yeah.
I guess.
Well done.
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Hi.
Aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Okay, policy read.
Okay, so in policy tracker, row 15, we don't have a first read, we just have a second read. And if there's, if we approve all of the second read, that's it. If we have any of them that you want to put out, postpone for a third read, then we can also do that. So if you click on in row 15, you click on August 2nd read to see the filter view. We went through these last meeting. It's almost all just basic language changes. There are a couple that have some. Scroll down. Note that on row 202, that's a deletion of that policy because it's redundant. And then we have all those public works policies. And on row 208, 7405 P1, that's the one where we need to set the amount for the superintendent authority for capital items. And there's some choices there. We discussed last time whether it was going to be 10 and 25. Our current policy has 25. I can't, most of the, if you look in that paragraph, most of the capital outlay purchases that we would need that would happen quickly would be related to safety or an emergency or something like that. Because it's really talking about items. So I can't think of a lot of times where we need authority to spend, a lot, but 25. Has to be within the budget. There's all those things that are already in place to provide oversight. So we just have to pick one of those.
Right. Everybody get a chance to read through I didn't see anything barn burning.
Me neither. I think we keep it with policy unless there's a reason somebody just made to change it.
Yeah, I don't see any reason to update it.
Chris, what says you?
I agree. I'm
Okay.
good.
Was there
So we would
anything else?
insert 25,000.
Yeah.
Keep it there, yeah. And then everything else is just minus the deletion.
Yeah. And all the other ones, I read through them this morning and I just don't have any issues.
Yeah.
Pretty straightforward stuff, and
Yeah.
most of it's required.
Yep.
Okay, can I get a motion?
I'll move. We accept the policies as presented in the second read.
I'll second.
And do we need to add the and 7405P1 identify the amount as 25,000?
No, because it's already in there, the policy.
Okay, thank you. Okay.
I'll second.
Okay, we got a motion and a second. Any further discussion?
Like I said, they're all pretty straightforward this time.
All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Aye. If we capture Chris, I don't know if she said.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, I was part of the mix.
All right, motion approves. Okay. Inmate labor services discussion.
I just put this on here because we found out first of all, we had great success with the inmates that we hired this summer. They helped us get a lot of work done. The system worked well. Inmates did a good job. We didn't realize until afterwards that we had to actually, we weren't able to pay them like with a purchase service. We had to actually add them on a payroll. And so that's all fine, but they don't, so because of that, they didn't go through a normal process. Like if we were to advertise a position, hire somebody, do a background check, drug testing, et cetera. All of that, didn't follow the normal process. So really, I kind of just wanted to inform the board about that tonight. And then we need to be thinking of a solution for that. So either we're going to add a clause to policy for temporary hiring or something specific, working with the Department of Corrections, or not do it at all, those kind of things. So I really just wanted to plant the seed, have a discussion. Like I said, it was a very positive experience for us, but they earned $13 an hour, which is less than, what we pay our beginning hires in those positions. So they did a good job.
I would suggest that we just put something in there that says specifically to Department of Corrections, because we don't want to make it where it's temporary and then all of a sudden it creates a gap for, people that maybe couldn't pass the background check that we don't necessarily want to hire. That if we just make it specific that we're, have these alternative
It's not a bad
requirements
Right.
for that specific.
Because there's no
Circumstance.
obligation for you to do it either.
No, and they're, it's very controlled. We can't, there are all the rules to protect students and staff, we don't have them where students are present, all those things that we already adhere to. So maybe it's a specific policy or a specific set of procedures, but
Probably just HR procedures, right?
could be.
And
We just
then
don't want to
what
be,
changed?
it's not really in compliance with our current practice. So
I know when the city had them come, we just had a contract with the Department of Corrections.
We did. And so it changed
Okay.
a little
But
bit
now we
ago.
can't get them.
No,
so-
not that way.
Yeah.
Now, it's a community reentry program. So
Okay.
they actually have to be hired by the employer. And there's no way around that, from the Department of Corrections standpoint. But I think that I got to be careful because I'm now in charge of all of that. So, I would say, I would encourage you guys to think of how you can.
Was a win-win for
Mitigate
the
that.
district.
Sure.
It just in the practices, since we ended up having to put them on our payroll, that's, out of our standard practice. So that's why I want to bring it to the board for discussion. It's like, sure.
But I
I'd
agree,
like
I
to
think it
continue
should
to
be
use them when
specific
possible.
to-
Sure.
Yeah,
And
'cause
just, and
otherwise-
just know, for transparency, I took this over last week. So
Yeah, this is brand new, right?
I'm
You said?
brand new taking it over. So
And this is new for them too, right? In the last so many months.
just about a year,
Yeah.
close to it. So, yeah,
Yeah, I would
First
just
time we've had it.
make it separate.
I would encourage that.
Chris, you
I
were
would
gonna
think
say
the
something?
only, yeah, thank you. I think the only way to have us be in compliance with state laws, with the potential for public perception and discontent is to establish a standalone policy. I would imagine that it will be called out in our audit as a practice that disregarded rules. So I think we need to be prepared and maybe upfront with Mitch about that and address it as soon as possible now that we know that it's an issue.
Okay.
I've 20 years, 25 years of doing community economic development in the community. It's such a mixed bag. The Department of Corrections is a significant contributor to the local and regional economy, yet there's also the perception of taking jobs away from employable folks in the private sector, which we know is not the case here. So I think a carefully worded new policy could help us tremendously.
Thank you.
I agree. Okay, anything further on that? Okay. Track bid.
Roy
It
linked,
looks like it's amended.
I don't have a link
I have
Uh,
something.
look-
It's in its
in-
main.
in the main
report.
bottom of Roy's report.
I missed.
That was not here this morning, so I missed Roy's report.
Yeah, that was my fault.
It's okay, just I'm
Yeah,
uninformed.
that's crazy. 179 and 224, the two bids.
Yep. So we got one for 179,830 and then one for 224,800. I think that's a 40.
Yeah.
Yep. That's a lot.
It probably those bids came in with a whole bunch of options and probably what's needed there is about a $400,000 job. Which was outside of the parameters of the bid. But includes the D section of the track that's pretty bad. That's the end of the track that would look like, if you cut off the end of the circle, it's called the D, where we try to kill star thistle now. All of that would probably run us about 400. So that's not in our current 10-year plan or budgeting. But it does give us a place to go, okay, is this going to be a community project that people want to raise funds for? And now we have
That's what I
a
was-
general, pretty good idea of what it would entail. And so my recommendation at this point is that we reject all of those bids. And then I'm sure that Orofino Junior Senior High School is going to start the process of like, okay, let's get after this project and figure out, how much fundraising we can do. It's like I said, it's outside the scope of our 10-year plan. It's specific to athletics.
Did the bidders give any indication of how long this price would last?
No,
30
30 to
days.
60, 30 to 60 days.
I'm sure it'll be more when we go out again.
Okay.
I support the recommendation.
It's an action item. So
Okay. I move that we refuse all bids and work with the community and Orofino Junior Senior High School to come up with a solution.
we make that clear on the track bid.
Oh, yes, for the Orofino Junior Senior High School track resurface bid.
I'll second that.
A motion and a second. Any discussion? All those in favor?
I,
I,
Aye.
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 Motion carries. Okay, let's jump into the OES roofing bid. That didn't get any better.
These bids came in really high. As you can see, we were expecting, you know, 500,000 and it's more than double that. So that was our bid spec called for tear off and replacement. That would take a huge portion of our 10-year facility fund. What I recommend that we do is reevaluate that roofing project, and we'll probably have to go to either like recover it with a material that'll get us 10 or 15 years over the top. We really wanted to tear off and really evaluate anything below, but at 1.1 approximately,
Yeah.
that's pretty cost prohibitive
and
for
this
us.
was the entire roof?
And to Teresa's point, also evaluate, or could we do, you know, should we do sections of this instead of the whole thing, to buy us some time. All three of these bids did not meet the qualifications as well. Roy included them all, so you could just see kind of the price range, but we couldn't accept some of these bids as is anyway.
Right.
So if you wanted to explore that further, we could, but my recommendation again with this is due to the cost that we reevaluate that project, come up with more of a cost-effective solution, and go back out to bid.
So we'll
Question?
look at. Yeah, go ahead.
Was there any discussion during the solicitation process, review process with the three of these around viable phases or partial solutions?
Yes, one of them is just an internet or a web-based bid that has not been on site. The last one on there. So, but with the local one there, number one, yeah, he's graded each section, and gives an idea of what's the best, what's the worst, etc. And then could tell us which wings can last for however long. Most of that building, as you know, is weather checked across it. Section over the office. What else is right there? Maybe the gym also. Office and gym is newer, so it's
5 year and gym had 1.
office has 5 years left according to him. What did you say? Had 1 to 3?
1 to 3 on gym, and the rest were graded fail.
1 to 3 on gym, and the rest were not good. It has not been leaking since it stopped raining.
that's
Been good.
awesome.
Yeah.
So no
Is he
snow this year.
interested in- What?
I'm
Is company number one that does not have significant public works license working to get there?
No, the 1 and 2 is basically number 1, working with a company as a general who has the licensing, which makes it that much more.
Mhm.
If it were a smaller project like we're discussing, it's possibly that first company would qualify with their licensing.
Oh, so they are public works licensed, but not to the amount that it requires.
That's correct.
Okay, thank you.
Their license is up to 500,000.
So with that intelligence, Mr. Vice Chair, I would move that we reject these bids, evaluate what our options are or phased approach and resolicit.
I'll second that.
Okay, we got a motion and a second. Any discussion? I would assume that then we're probably going to look at having it looked at to just resurface sections potentially. Okay. From a timeline standpoint, I mean, how feasible is that to get us that before the winter gets too heavy on us?
Pretty feasible.
Okay.
They will rip a roof and install it.
Okay, nice.
And everyone that I discussed with that project, they were going to do it in sections anyways, you know, like the way that that's supposed to happen wings. So I think it'd be looking at it that way, we might be a little bit better shape.
You think we could bid it that way where it's the worst section first and then
Yeah,
potentially
so
over?
the wings are failed, so we would kind of need to pick and choose, but yeah, that was a discussion. The problem is when you go out to an overall bid, it has to be very specific. Sure. So it's easier just to get whole square footage, whole building versus.
Sure. Yeah, that makes sense. And those covers on top of a cover, they're warranted. Probably 5 to 10 years is probably all you'll get out of that warranty wise.
What'd they say on the warranty?
Well, so there's a 40 mil and a 60 mil. And I believe it was a 15 minute 20 year.
Oh, on a cover though, on a cover up? Oh, that's not terrible.
No. We're really hoping to address what was under, but it's probably not feasible.
Okay, motion second. All those in favor?
I,
Aye.
Aye.
Carries.
You get me? Aye. Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
you.
All right. Safety busing.
Areas that the school board approves as safety busing designated zones we can transport students and get reimbursement for transporting students in safety busing zones. So safety busing zones qualify for a variety of reasons, traffic, sidewalks, et cetera. We have historically had because normally within 1.5 miles of the school, you don't have to legally transport and they don't reimburse for. So if we declare the safety busing zones around OES and OJ, SHS, then we can continue to do what we have been doing, and is transporting in those areas. And so I think the primary safety issue there, Steph, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but it's just access with safe crosswalks, lots of traffic, et cetera.
Logging trucks.
Yeah.
and just because we approve it doesn't mean we're actually providing it, or is this obligating us to then providing it?
No, it doesn't mean that's a good point. It doesn't mean that we're providing it. We are currently providing it, but all of our busing, we can change the routes. The board can change routes as necessary. So if we have to, and next month I'll bring the routes. We still have a lot of flux with the new driver coming on, trying to solve our route crisis right now. Next month I'll bring the routes, and then if we have a situation where okay, we can no longer cover a route and we have to consolidate or eliminate, then the board would have to approve that change. Right.
Because
Right,
right now
any-
we're not, we're not from to Orofino Junior Senior High School within 1.5 for all areas that are within 1.5, right? Yeah, so some of those we're not providing.
Some of those we are not providing. The biggest one that we provide are the ones through Jingletown
Yeah,
because of the traffic through there. The stop out in front of the old junior high just because of the traffic and the traffic on Brown Avenue. So it's just the few spots that are the worst traffic spots.
congestion
But it allows us to,
And the safest for us to transport the students.
makes sense. Yeah.
it allows us to have an exception to that state rule that we can transport them.
Right.
And these are the same two.
I had two questions. Is it a crow? Is it a radius as the crow flies, or is it route miles? And the next question is are any of the improvements that are underway within the city and through the Safe Routes to Schools program alleviating the pressure on us in certain neighborhoods around, particularly the elementary school?
Great question, but not that I've seen.
First of all, it's got to be radius of the school, isn't it? The 1.5. So radius of the school, 1.5.
And then I do not know if any of the city projects are leaving any of that.
Can you hear that, Chris?
Mm-hmm.
We're not sure about that at this time.
I know they secured
That's
funding to upgrade sidewalks within proximity of the elementary school. So
Yeah, we got them on the highway.
yeah,
That's cool, in case you walk from there.
probably not. But
I get a motion.
I'll move we accept this safety busing determination as presented.
I'll second.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Aye. Motion carries. Leads us into the next one, non-transportation zones.
These are the same zones that we've declared in the past that we're not able to transport. You can look down the bulleted list.
Yeah.
There may or may not be students that reside in those places. Right now, we maintain all of them on the list as areas that we say that we are not going to transport. That can change depending on driver abilities. The driver availability is the main thing. Some of those areas, if we had driver, we would or could. There's some turnarounds and a lot of those are also areas, and you can see, but where they're not maintained, that the bus just needs to stop at a certain location and not go further because of the turnaround, crossing the highway, snow, etc.
There's no additions from the previous years.
No, same.
That's good.
And that did surprise me.
Where you need it.
Well, as
Sorry,
of this
it did
month,
surprise
do
me
it.
that we didn't add any, particularly with the growth that has occurred and the non-maintained, the private road developments that we have. I was surprised there aren't more.
Stephanie's on it.
Mhm.
I get the motion.
I'll move to accept 33-1502, the bus route non-transportation zones for fiscal or school year 25-26.
I'll second.
Any discussion? Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Vice Chair. I just want to give a reminder to the board, usually discussion comes after the second motion. And then we discuss.
We're trying to get in
We're getting there.
But it does say discussion / action, so.
Yeah.
We're still with the
We're getting there.
Robert's rules. All right, supplemental contracts. We had a chance to look those over. Jason, you want to give us a high-level overview here?
Yeah, it's for all kinds of positions. Most of them, maybe all of them are in the negotiated agreement. As I scanned, most of them for sure are in a negotiated agreement. It'd be like advisors, head teachers, GT stipend, you can read them, but they're all those kind of positions that we pay a stipend for.
So does Timberline, I think I asked this last year, they don't have an athletic director?
They do,
They do?
yeah.
Mhm.
And so, yeah, it's Corey is the athletic director, Grady Thompson, does the game management part of that.
Okay.
So yes.
So that's why it's an athletic manager, right?
Mhm.
I guess, why would Timberline have an athletic manager and not the other schools?
Well, because let's see, let's flash back. When I was the principal there, we had a full-time athletic director who did it all. And then who did all the scheduling, all the managing, supervising the coaches, evaluating the coaches, hiring, et cetera. Communication with the state, participated in the regional meetings, all that stuff, and managed the games. And then just like a lot of our other positions, we haven't been able to fill that
Right.
position in that way. So we
Okay.
finally had to change it, and it happened when we changed principals, to have Corey, who was the athletic director in the past, continue to do the high level management, but have somebody do game management duties, which is really common model in a lot of schools, just due to the lack of interest in those positions.
Or if you don't have a full-time athletic
Athletic
director.
director, yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, if you recall, in that case, that school has run for the past several years with principal / assistant principal, and that assistant principal, excuse me, was assistant principal / athletic director.
Yep.
When Dr. Kaczynski became the principal, took on more of the academic responsibility. Instead of having an assistant principal, we changed the model to a full-time
Athletic director.
It's one of those examples of trying to make it work in different situations.
Okay, can I get a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve the supplemental contracts as presented.
I'll second.
Discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Motion carries. Coaches' contracts.
I'll make a motion to approve the coach's contracts as presented.
I second.
Discussion?
Do that, Carmen. We're getting there.
So did Orofino get a cross country? I was trying to look real quick. Yeah. Did they get a team going?
Yeah, I was gonna ask about that. There's no one identified there, but I think they just started.
Just
recruiting,
opened it up. Remember in our special, so.
Yeah, it just
Okay.
opened. You have
It's
to
open
have
right now.
And I think Jeff said, worst case, he would do it. Could
I
be,
heard somebody applied for that one.
could be wrong.
I heard we might have had some junior high volleyball coaches apply because I kept texting them every day. I group texted people that I thought could coach.
Appreciate your recruitment effort.
or nagging efforts either way.
Whatever you want to call it.
Yep. Same thing, right?
Yep.
Win's a win.
But yes, it sounds like we might have a few applicants for some of them open coaching jobs that start here in about 2 weeks. So.
Cool.
Nice. All right, any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Aye. Motion carries.
There's no link on K because there are no alternative authorizations to approve.
Excellent. Makes it easy. New hires and separations. Need a motion.
Like a motion to approve new hires and separations as presented.
I'll second.
Discussion.
We're even on bus drivers this month. We lost one to gain one. Better than those months where we just lose them. Just glad to see these paras stepping up. Appreciate them I know it's a big step for them to jump into these roles, but 1, 2, 3, 4 open positions right there if we didn't have them.
Yep.
I think
you
it's
can see the
awesome.
domino effect there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Further discussion, have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Hi.
Aye. Motion carries. Okay. We're just rolling right along. Don't believe we have any topics of discussion for executive session, Chris, unless you have something.
No. Well, I
Okay.
think we do, don't we? Need executive? Jason?
I don't have the need for one. You can, if you want.
Oh, okay. No, I do not have a need.
Board, anybody else have a need? Okay. Excellent. No executive session, no actions needed. Board input for next month.
Timberline, correct? We have a work session before that one.
We do,
Next
next
month.
continuous improvement plan.
Continuous improvement, okay.
And that's at Timberline. So you said?
Yes.
Okay,
Thinking 5:30. Does that sound right?
it's usually 5.
I think it's on the calendar.
Yep,
Yeah,
that
it should be
work session.
1700.
Start at 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You good with that, Chris?
Yeah. Yeah, I just have a family thing going on. Early flight tomorrow. So
Any other input? Okay. Need you get a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
I'll second.
Any discussion? All those in
thank
favor?
you again. Thank you. Thank you. Aye.
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 Travel safe, Chris.
Thank you. Bye.
Meeting's adjourned. 1923.